Hello, everyone in BTC land. I am Keva Davis, and I'm here with GKhair, and we're going to be showing you our new vegan treatment today. I'm so excited to get to show you, so I'm just going to go right into it. So what I've done is I've prepped my model's hair using our GKhair pH Plus clarifying shampoo. I shampooed her hair twice to make sure that I got any free radicals, any debris off of her hair. And also what it does is open the cuticle to prepare it for the treatment. Next, I sectioned her using our vent brush, our GKhair vent brush. I love this brush. And it's excellent with detangling. So I was able to detangle her hair really well. And I sectioned her into 4 quadrants. After that, I went ahead and I applied to her hair in each quadrant the treatment. And this is what I'm about to show you right now. So you're going to take this section down, making sure that her hair stays damp. Detangle a little more using our GKhair vent brush. Always face it straight up and down so that you are able to detangle well. Okay. Then I take the hair using our GKhair 3-in-1 tool. It is excellent to give you speed during your application. Love this comb. So I'm going to take a 1/4 of an inch subsection, drop that hair down, secure the hair away so that it's a nice and neat application. There we go. With our GKhair shark clips, it makes easy work. I'm going to take with my bowl and brush, just apply a little bit of the treatment to it. This is about how much I'm going to use. I'm going to comb out her hair to make sure that I have a nice even plane to apply. Let's turn her hair a bit so you can see. And then we're going to go a 1/4 of an inch away from her scalp, starting right there. And we're just going to brush it onto her scalp, her hair, dragging it down with your thumb, applying, making sure that it's getting all over the hair. If you need a little bit more, go ahead and grab it out of your bowl. And then you're going to apply it here, making sure that you have it applied to those ends because that's very important. Those ends are very porous. So we're going to go right back up to where we began and massage the product up toward the scalp. The reason that you want to apply it here is so that when you go back, you will have a nice line to push the product up toward her scalp and then move the product down her hair strand. Comb for even distribution and move on to your next section. So we're going to talk about some benefits of our treatment. Not only is this a vegan treatment, which is groundbreaking, it is also infused with our GKhair Juvexin V2. Now, what's important about that is what it is actually making it a vegan treatment. As you know, most keratin treatments are derived from sheep's wool. So we eliminated that process by combining quinoa and pea protein to infuse into the hair to restore the protein levels in the hair, to balance it out and to add strength. Also, in our GKhair Coco, the best treatment, we have coconut oil, which is rich in nutritious lipids. It also is going to go further into the hair strand than any oil. So it's going to balance the hair out and balance the protein in the hair to prevent breakage. Also, we have vitamin E, good old vitamin E. We know about vitamin E, right? It's a very important source when we're dealing with anything keratin, anything on our body, actually. So what this is going to provide is excellent antioxidant properties. So it's going to keep any free radicals out of the hair and help to control breakage as well, because the benefits of these treatments are always going to be for health of the hair. Lastly, we have the Goji Berry that is in the hair. It is an oil extract that brims with 19 amino acids. Can you believe that? And what it's going to do is be a very rich source of protein. So it's going to help fight against heat as well as UV rays. So combining all of that together, we have in our GKhair the best Coco treatment. So this treatment is going to last in the hair from 3 to 5 months, and it's going to give you ease in styling. It's going to give you long-lasting hairstyles. It's going to give you complete health in your hair, which is very important in this today's environment where you need to, protect your hair from UV rays. You're going to protect it from anything that may be damaging, heat damage, any type of chemical processes. So we at GKhair like to be sure that we provide you with the best that you can have for your hair so that your hair maintains its health and resilience. So GKhair Coco the Best is going to be your vegan treatment. We also have what we're going to be doing on our model as well. We're going to be toning her, which is going to be really nice to her blonde. We're going to cool her blonde down. So after we rinse out her GKhair Coco the Best treatment, we're going to actually apply our conditioning toning mask to it. And that is going to give some extra conditioning as well as toning any warm or brassy tones out of her hair. Once we're done doing that, we're going to rinse that out. We're going to blow dry her hair, and then we're going to iron her hair to style. Now, when we're blow drying, we're going to use our round brushes. Our GKhair round brushes are ceramic, oven proof, and they're going to help conduct the heat for her hair in the application, which is going to be very important because this is how we're going to actually get the product to go into her strand and change it for a healthy result. Okay, so I'm almost done applying. You can see it's really easy to do. I'm just taking this section, making subsections, combing her hair, being sure to make sure I have a nice even plane so that I can see exactly where I'm laying my product. It keeps the product away from her eyes, which is important. I'm going to take this right here, show you amount again. That's about how much goes on the brush. We're going to, let me show that again, about that much, okay? Then we're going to start 1/4 inch away from her scalp, and then we're going to direct the hair product down her strand, painting it on and concentrating on her ends. Going back up toward the top, massaging it up toward the root, and working our way back down, working the product into the hair strand. Then I'm going to comb it for even distribution. Last section, and then I'm going to go off and show you the amazing results of what this treatment is going to do for you. Remember, the GKhair Best Coco treatment filled with Juvexin B2, which is our quinoa and pea protein that is designed for anti-aging and protection of the hair. Then we have our coconut oil, which is an excellent benefit oil, goes further into your hair strand than any other oil to add the benefits. We also have our vitamin E, which is going to be restorative and reparative to the hair to prevent free radicals. Also, we have our Goji Berry with those 19 amino acids that are going to help the hair and prevent any UV rays and external damages. So lastly, I'm going to go put this on, apply that right there, run it down.
Hi, Keva, we have some questions.
Oh, great, yes.
We have a question from Debbie asking
Hi, Debbie.
if this system is good for all hair types.
Absolutely, Debbie, great question. This system is excellent for all hair types, and by it being vegan, it allows us to offer this to a wide range of people because of their, beliefs. So we want to make sure that any and everybody that wants to use the benefit and experience the benefits of our treatments, we have it for them. Absolutely. Any other questions before I leave?
Awesome. Natalie is Natalie's asking if this is for straightening or just smoothing.
Okay, Natalie, great question. So what this treatment is going to do for the hair, it's going to actually repair and restore it. And the byproduct is going to be a more of a taming and smoothing effect. It's going to actually add manageability to the hair. So if you have a curlier structured hair, your hair can be defrizzed. Your hair can, you can get the smoothest you want or able to get in a one sitting by the amount of processing time you leave this on. So you're going to leave this on anywhere from 40 for your medium and fine textures to 60 minutes for your curlier textures. And that's going to determine how much you're going to reduce the wave or the curl. So it's actually for both. Great question. Any other questions?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, Laura is asking, how do you fully clean the scalp? I know it's a different kind of question, but I had a client ask me that. And how do you know the difference between buildup and a dry scalp?
Okay, so when you're cleansing the scalp for this treatment, it's important to use our GKhair pH Plus Clarifying Shampoo, okay? Because this is designed to actually work with our treatments. It is gonna give a gentle cleansing as well as opening of the cuticle on the hair. So when you're shampooing with this particular treatment, you're gonna focus more on the hair versus the scalp. You're gonna get close to the scalp because of course there's hair there, but you wanna make sure that you're concentrating on the hair in this instance. GKhair pH Plus Clarifying Shampoo has aloe in it, so it's going to give you some soothing on the scalp. The pH of this clarifying shampoo is actually 8.5, which is what is allowing the cuticle to open. So as far as dry scalp and more dandruff scalp, we do have other products offered for that. We have our GKhair Anti-Dandruff Shampoo, which is an FDA approved shampoo as a scalp treatment. But in this instance, we're actually using our GKhair pH Plus Clarifying Shampoo to start our taming process. So yes, the aloe is gonna give it some type of relief, but the concentrated shampoo specific for that particular thing is gonna be your GKhair Anti-Dandruff Shampoo.
Awesome. Okay. I think that's all the questions we have right now. If you would want to keep explaining.
Great. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to step off. I'm going to go ahead and finish up her treatment, our model's treatment, by rinsing very well till the water runs clear, which is very important. Then I'm going to apply our GKhair Conditioning Toning Mask, which you're going to see soon from our next person, Lindsey. I'm excited to be here with her. And then I'm going to bring the model back once she is blown dry, as well as ironed. But I will finish her on camera so that you can see what it actually looks like. Sound good? All right. I'll see you guys in a minute. Thank you for joining me. Next up is Lindsey. Enjoy. So you can stay.
Watch your step there. Are we good? Okay. I'm a little taller than Keva. Let's adjust here. Sorry. I'm Lindsey, and today we are working with our model and we're doing the Ultra Blonde Bombshell mask. Keva had mentioned it a little bit earlier, and with this mask here, it has the toning agent for blondes, and like I said, this is our Ultra Blonde. We carry a couple other tones also. It's going to be a direct, basically a hybrid of our deep conditioner with that blue violet based toning agent. It's going to help cut out the brass after the smoothing treatment, which is going to make her blonde amazing. But it also, oh, right there. Okay. It also is great to use as a standalone service too. A lot of times just after a fresh color, like a lightening service, a highlight, anything like that, I will use this as my toner because it kind of combines the step of the deep conditioner and the toner into one. That way it's a one process kind of thing. And I know Keva touched on it a little bit. All of our Bombshell masks are just like our deep conditioning, as they have the Juvexin, which is the anti-aging protein blend. So that helps repair, restore, and maintain the hydration of the hair also. So we're gonna go ahead. I've already applied to these three sections, the front, the back, and the sides. So on her today, we're just using the toning mask to basically tone her blonde, cut out a lot of the warmth that may be in there, and it does help smooth a little bit and helps reduce the frizz. It also can really help with the blow dry time. Anytime you repair the moisture or repair the hair and add that moisture back into it, it really, really helps with that blow dry, reducing the frizz. So basically we're treating her as if she just had a fresh highlight or a lightening service color-wise. Usually I do about 1/2 inch sections. You really want to make sure you saturate to get the pigment into the hair. I start really close to the hairline. Again, it's a deep conditioner, so it's going to help, repair, restore. And I'm throwing brushes around, sorry. And we go in and we saturate, make sure you have good coverage from the roots down to the ends. And I usually go in and kind of work it against the cuticle also. And what that does is really helps kind of push that protein in there to make sure that it's sealing everything up nice. Get that on. Just trying to make a mess here. And again, about a 1/2 inch section. And with this, once you have it applied completely, I guess I should start with, if you were doing this as a standalone treatment, you typically would shampoo 2 to 3 times, make sure there is no buildup on the hair, that it's really going to help restore and protect it. If it's directly following a color, I typically would just give 1 shampoo following a color service and then go in with the deep conditioner toning directly after. But if you're doing this as a standalone, again, I usually shampoo about 2 to 3 times, make sure there's no product buildup, anything like that on there. And then go in with the application. Let me shut this off, so sorry. So, oops.
All right, Lindsey, we have a question from Jess.
Yes.
She's asking if you apply more product on the ends since your model today has such long hair, or do you evenly apply it throughout the entire section?
With her hair being as long as it is, it's definitely not as distributed at the ends. I'm working it, from the roots down to the ends, but I am making sure there's good saturation down there. A lot of times that's what's going to be the lightest, the blondest anyway, and it's going to typically be the most porous. So that's why I kind of start at the top and come down. But you do want to make sure it's pretty evenly saturated throughout. And this is, a pretty quick add-on type service, following your blondes, your highlights. I've even used this on, the darker levels, like 5, 6. If they feel like their hair gets a little brassy, you can use this as their standalone deep conditioner and also help tone a little bit of that brassiness out. It's a good way to push them through until they're ready for that next color. I know myself and my salon, this treatment is really popular this time of year. Coming out of the summertime where everybody's hair has, been in the sun and the chlorine and just the water in general, it tends to strip the color. But people, right now may not be ready to go darker. They may not be ready for a big change, but this adds just a little bit of a different element to the color, kind of helps cut that brass out and really reconstructs it from all of the summer damage that we like to do to our hair.
Do you guys have a giveaway?
We do have a giveaway. We are giving away some great products. If you comment, if you ask any questions, you're automatically going to be put in for the giveaway. I believe it's the CBD, the new shampoo and the conditioner, and then the treatment. Oh, and the mask. Yes, the mask is included in it also. So that's pretty fun. So
all right, we have some questions.
Yes.
Natalie is asking if you always apply the conditioning mask with a brush, or could you apply this at the bowl?
I always will apply with a brush, and the reasoning for that is because it has the toner, the pigment to it. You want to make sure you really get good saturation on the hair. If you're just putting it, on their hair at the shampoo bowl when the hair is really, really wet, and you're not making sure that you're getting really good distribution throughout, you're not going to get that optimal toning on the hair. It's not going to make it splotchy per se, but it definitely is something that you want to treat as a service. You want to make sure you're working it on the hair really, really well and get really good even distribution throughout.
Perfect. And how long do you typically allow this to process for?
So if you're doing the smoothing, when you're doing the smoothing taming system, you leave it on for 5 minutes. And then you go on and you rinse. If you're doing this as a toner for after a highlighter color or just as a standalone treatment, you apply and you let stand 5 to 10 minutes. Depending on the, how much tone and distribution you're wanting of the toner, you can bag it and put it under the dryer for that 5 to 10 minutes. And then after the service is completed, you will take them and you rinse this until it's clear. And then I do always finish by doing a run through with the CBD conditioner. And what that's going to do is help just eliminate any of the pigment that may be still on the scalp, help get it off of, the residual pigment on the hair so that it gives a nice even tone to everything. Any other?
Use this on its own without the treatment?
Yes. Yeah, that's basically what we're doing here, is just using it as a deep conditioner and toning treatment for her hair. So it does not have to be used with the smoothing treatment. It can be used just on its own. It does not have to be used following color. It can just be a nice refresh for the hair, for the blondes.
And why would we use this instead of the deep conditioner in the best treatment?
So using this instead of the regular deep conditioner with the best treatment, well, it definitely adds that toning agent to it. And it helps refresh the color after the best has been applied. And then
what kind of prep do you need to do for this product?
prep as far as before the product's applied. Typically, I do the shampoo with the shampoo them at the bowl with the CBD shampoo 2 to 3 times to make sure that we're eliminating any of the product or buildup that's on the hair or the scalp. But then again, if it's following just a color, it's just one good shampoo to make sure any of the product and that kind of thing is removed from there. And so with this, she gets to sit for 5 to 10 minutes with the product on there. It's not gonna, I know it looks a little scary. It looks very dark, but it's really not, I promise. She's not gonna have dark gray hair or anything. It's a little scary at first, but it makes the most beautiful blondes, that's for sure.
And what kind of clients do you offer the best smoothing treatment to?
The best smoothing, really it's optimal for any client, whether they want just to have frizz reduction, you want curl reduction, you give 100% frizz reduction up to 80% curl reduction. The best is a wonderful smoothing option because it's customizable. Like you can still maintain your curl, you can still maintain your texture, but just help eliminate that frizz and help create a more defined curl also.
Heather is asking, what kind of levels can you use this mask on?
Like starting level, really any level of hair. If you're using it on the darker tones, it's gonna help just eliminate a little bit of that brass and the warm tones in the hair. Anything basically like level 7, 8 or lighter, that's when you're gonna get your true like toning and really see the elimination of that brass and warm tones.
How often do you recommend, well, can clients apply this at home? And how often do you recommend that they use it?
They can apply it at home. It is, just make sure if your client is doing that they know proper application so they get good saturation of the toning agent. Most of my clients use it, if we're doing this as a standalone type treatment, it's usually every like 4 to 6 weeks in the salon is when we apply. It can be applied at home more often than that, every, week to 2 weeks, depending on your shampoo cycle, but definitely doesn't need to be applied more than that. Any other questions coming in? I'm thinking she's hopefully close.
What type of home care do you have to use?
As just in general after any of the treatments. Any of our shampoos and conditioners are amazing. Like right now we've mentioned the CBD shampoo and conditioner. It is vegan. So we have this as an option, which is amazing. I'm loving it. You can't smell it. I wish you could smell things through the, through the screen because the fragrance is amazing on this. We also have our Shield shampoo, conditioner, moisturizing and balancing. And then we have a really big array of different, styling products to help protect your hair. And as with all of the smoothing treatments and the deep conditioner, everything in this line has the Juvexin. So everything that you use to help support helps build up the Juvexin in the hair and the anti-aging benefits of it.
All right, we have a question from Jess. Jess is asking, what color undertone does the mask have? Like, will it make them cool?
Yes, it's definitely going to help make it on the cooler side. It is definitely that, it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can get out of the way. Kind of the blue violet undertone to it. It has kind of that smoky, like if you look at it, it kind of looks like a smoky gray because it has a lot of that here. I can put it on my hand if that's helpful. Kind of see the tone. It has definitely a blue violet undertone. So it's going to eliminate the yellows and the brassiness. And then if it is going on a lighter blonde, it's definitely going to give it that ashier, I don't want to say ashier, but less gold, more kind of that smoky blonde. But it's not going to turn your client's hair gray or anything like that. So any other questions? Come on.
Yeah. Do you have any advice or tips to avoid overtoning? Like, what would happen if a client came in and they had just been like using this twice a week? What happens then? What would their hair look like?
If they were using it twice a week, which I would never recommend a client do it that often, there's definitely ways to help eliminate that tone a little bit. It's not going to be damaging to the hair or anything, but you definitely can get too much distribution and too much, additive of that pigmentation. If they came in with it way overtoned, I personally would probably use our pH shampoo because it's something that's on the surface of the hair. I mean, the protein, the moisture, that's all penetrating, but the toning, the color that's toning, the direct deposit is definitely more on the surface of the hair. So if you use the pH as a good clarifying, that can help eliminate it with just doing a couple clarifying shampoos without actually damaging the hair. Anything else?
Awesome. And I just want to remind everyone that we're going to be posting the before and after photos on the Behind the Chair Insta stories. So you will be able to see everything from today. And I think we have our first model coming back, right?
Yep. Okay. All right. I'm going to have you guys hop out and we will see the results of all of this here in a little bit.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. We're back. So what we have done with our model is after we've done our application of our GKhair The Best Coco treatment, we have gone and rinsed our model's hair. We've applied the GKhair Ultra Blonde Masque to tone her hair and to get rid of those unwanted warm tones. And now what we're going to do is show you how we actually do our blow dry. Now, in the best, the blow dry is going to be what actually changes the hair. It's what is going to actually help deliver the treatment into the hair. So it is a very important process. So we're going to show that to you right now. So what you're going to do, I'm actually going to do her front so you can see her. So you can see what it looks like. Let's see this gorgeous model. We're going to take a thin section of her hair, okay? I'm using our GKhair heat resistant tail comb. Perfect for when you're ironing hair because it actually does resist heat. It will not bend, mend, or break when you're doing heat application, okay? I need a blow dryer. Blow dryer. So when we are doing our GKhair Best Blow Dry, we're going to use our GKhair round brushes. These are ceramic oven-proof round brushes, and they actually come in 3 sizes. This is our larger size, so it's going to give you a lot of body when you're round brushing and when you're giving the tension that you need on the hair. So what's important about this brush is that GKhair has actually added extra bristles so that you're able to get the amount of tension that you need to get on the hair when you're round brushing, because that's going to be key to getting the perfect result that you're looking for. So when you're round brushing the hair, I know that there are round brushers out there in BTC land. You do amazing round brushes. I've seen you. I've seen it all. It looks like music. So when you're doing the round brushes for our GKhair Best Blow Dry after your Coco treatment, you're actually going to concentrate the heat, and you're going to put the heat exactly where you need it in order for the brush, which is going to conduct the heat, and the dryer to work in concert to give you the results that you're looking for. Okay, so we're going to use our GKhair Ionic blow dryer. I love to use the smaller taper attachment because it concentrates the heat a little bit better for me. It's my preference. But we also have another attachment, which is going to be a wider lip, and it's going to give you more coverage when you're dealing with longer hair. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to actually turn the blow dryer so that I can get a proper handle on it, because you want to be able to control what you're doing when you're actually doing this. So I'm a body holder, so I like to hold my blow dryer like this. I know there's traditionals that, you know, want to hold it this way, but for me, it gives me a better handle on what I'm doing when I can hold it this way. It allows me to concentrate the heat where I need it to go. So when we round brush, we're going to use our GKhair Extra Bristle Brush and our GKhair Ion Dryer. And what we're going to do is turn this dryer on high heat with high air. And we're going to allow the heat to conduct the air with the blow dryer. Now, before I start, I'm going to show you this angle. You're going to hover the brush over the hair. You see that? Excuse me, hover the dryer over the hair. Do not allow the dryer to touch the brush or the hair. We don't want to do that. That's what we don't want to do, because that can cause an uneven processing. So we want to make sure we hover the heat over the dryer, and we're going to move and work the brush down the hair strand until we work all the way through the ends and get that beautiful finish that we always see when we do GKhair treatments. So I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to brush through the hair, making sure it's free of tangles. I'm going to wrap the hair around the brush, okay, to where you can even let it hang. So you know it's there and it's secure in the hair, okay? Then I'm going to turn on our dryer. Let's test that. We love the safety mechanisms on our products. They're great. Because it always makes sure that you're working with your circuitry. So it's important to have those things on there, okay? So we're gonna do high heat, which is all the way up, and high air, which is all the way up. We're gonna turn so you can see exactly what it is I'm doing, okay? So I have the dryer here, and I'm just gonna work the hair and the brush together, directing the heat downward on the brush. You see, I'm gonna rock the brush back and forth. What this does, it allows the heat to work through the hair without burning or singeing your client, but it's also gonna allow the hair to work down the brush. We don't wanna force it down. So you see, when I work through a section, if it feels like it's gonna stop and not work, let you go through it, just undo it and go back. But what you're gonna get is the most beautiful finish on the hair. So we're watching for the hair to gleam back at us, which is what it's gonna do, okay? Almost through it. Working down, high heat, high air. So what we've done up to this point, we've shampooed our model with our GKhair pH Plus clarifying shampoo. We've done that 2 times to ensure that the cuticle is open and that there are no products in her hair, and to prep it to receive the treatment. Next, we applied our treatment, and we did 1/4 inch subsections to be sure that we're getting the product where we need it. After that, we rinsed her out. We applied our GKhair Miami Bombshell mask, and then we came back and we blew dry her hair and to get this beautiful shiny finish. Okay, so I'm gonna work up her section so that you can see what it looks like completely on one section. I'm gonna divide that. I'm gonna take this, secure her hair back with our GKhair shark clips. You see, I'm taking thin sections. This is going to ensure that the hair is 100% dry, which it needs to be. Also, it's going to give you the ability to heat all the way around the hair strand. So we're going back in. You want to face the dryer always toward you. You don't want to have it blowing toward your client. So you should be feeling a little warm when you're doing this. But you're going to direct and close the cuticle, which is this motion that you're doing. If the hair is stopping, that's great. It means you have the amount of tension that you need from the GKhair Extra Bristle Brush. If you need to start over, release the hair, brush through it, go right back around, wrap that hair around, and continue on down. You can see the posture of my body. It's very relaxed. It's not any tension in my body to do this. It's very easy to do. If you practice at it, you will be the best at this. It's very simple to capture. Okay. Wrap that around. I'm almost done. When you're doing this, you can feel the hair sealing. You can feel the cuticle closing when you're doing this, which is what we're doing. This is the objective of this is to seal the cuticle as well as to lengthen the cuticle. So that is what is going to change your texture. So your curl or wave pattern will relax. It will actually be more manageable once we're done. And you're going to seal in the health of the hair. Okay? Gonna keep on working up. Are there any questions while I'm doing this? I would love to take some questions while I'm blow drying. Any questions out there? Gonna continue to blow dry using our GKhair Extra Bristle Brush, wrapping the hair. I'm gonna go back over the benefits of the GKhair Best Coco treatment. We have our patented Juvexin V2, which is our quinoa and pea protein. This is what is actually going to be your anti-aging protein. They're going to help the hair fight off any aging processes and refill the hair and restore the hair back to its youthful state. It is important to keep pea and quinoa. Also, we have our GKhair. We have in our Coco treatment, we have coconut oil, which is its namesake. Then we have our GKhair. Okay, good question. Can everybody hear me well? The question was, why am I using such small sections? It is to make sure that I am warming up or providing the heat all the way around her hair strand so that we are actually changing the texture or the wave or the curl. This is what's going to seal the treatment in. So when we do smaller sections, this is going to heat it all the way around. So we're using the heat of the brush, our GKhair extra bristle brush, and the heat from the dryer. And thin sections, it's going to mirror, think about a flat iron. So when you have a flat iron and you take thinner sections, you're going to cover exactly the strands that you want to hit, and it's going to get the heat applied properly. So this is what we're doing, because this is the way that we actually change the hair. So we need to use our GKhair extra bristle brush and blow dryer with thin sections so that you can see. We're going to go iron?
Yeah,
Let's iron so that you can see the finish. So when we're doing our GKhair the best, the blow dry is what changes the hair. If you can see that shine on there, it's amazing. I wish you could see it like I could. And the blonde is sealed up really well. I'm going to actually plug in my GKhair iron. This is our one-touch iron. It is actually my favorite because it is 100% titanium plates. There's no blend here, which is important when you are taming hair or when you're styling hair. This is going to keep an even heat. And when you close the iron on the hair, the iron will not change its temperature. So one touch means one button to turn on, one button to turn off, and one button to adjust the temperatures. We have 5 presets here, and you can choose which one you'd like. I'm gonna go with 370 today because I'm just ironing to style. Because in our GKhair, the best Coco treatment, we change the hair with the blow dry, and so we iron to style. So if I actually wanted to do anything else to her hair, I could. I can put her hair up, I can put her hair in curls, I can do all of that. But I know everybody likes to see smooth, so that's what I'm gonna give you, okay? So we're gonna take this hair again, just to style, and that beep let me know that my iron is ready. So I'm gonna move this hair backward, and I'm going to take my iron to style. So ironing to style means just a couple of passes on the hair. And what this is gonna do is to give you direct heat contact with the hair versus indirect, which is what we just did with the blow dryer. Direct heat contact is gonna give you a little more sealing. We've already done the job with our round brushing, but this adds that extra oomph that you need, okay? So we're gonna iron. A couple of passes is all we need. We don't need very many. And we're gonna always follow our comb all the way down, okay? Make sure I have all the hair. Get this last section in. Oh, I might add, when you're doing our treatments, if you need to do a haircut, go ahead and do that in the beginning so that you are using the amount of product that you need to use so you're not wasting. And if you need to do a trim, just trim afterward. Okay? So that's what the result is from ironing after our treatment. You see that? It's shining. Oh, I can see it. It's beautiful. Okay? So this is our GKhair Coco the Best treatment. And this is what it can do for your hair, for your client's hair. It gives you amazing results. It protects the hair, restores the hair back to its youthful state, and it's vegan. What more can you ask for? So I've been Keva Davis. Love you, BTC world. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having GKhair. We adore you. We appreciate you. And be on the lookout for what we have next and new and up and coming. Thank you again for your time.